So this is our My Council account. And what we have in here is we've got the My Requests, which is your most recent transactions. I've just put one in here. This one uses case management, so people can update and put questions on there, which comes into the team, which is really, really useful. We've got bookings. So again, I've just put one in here for Household Waste Recycling Centre. We do allow on the household waste to be able to update and cancel your bookings. So if that's an option, they can do that in here. Waste and recycling. So we've got our refuse and recycling dates and garden waste. So currently the garden waste collected through Bartek, but the rest is still just on legacy systems. So this is just an internal lookup we have at the minute, but we will move to a Bartek lookup when we move over to there. Garden waste collections, this is the federated login, which Corinne mentioned. So rather than having to log into the garden waste collections portal, you go straight through and you can see your garden waste collections in there. I'll just go back to the My Council page. We've got councillors in here, so this is based on the ward where your address is. So we've got the most recent ones, that's doing a lookup from Modern Gov. Planning applications, 3 most recent planning applications. Again, that's based on your postcode and pulling information in from iDocs. We've also got links to the My Council tax account and licensing act applications and job vacancies. The My Council tax account, we don't have federated logins, and that's due to security and them not allowing us to do it. So you would have to log into that one. At the top bar, we've got My Preferences. So in here, we can update to say what we want to see. So there's some other options in here. So if we wanted to look at the GP surgeries, dentists, pharmacies, hospitals, opticians, all that information is coming from NHS data, or we've got the primary schools and secondary schools in the area. So if we just add a couple of those on, it'll just add to the My Council account. And again, it's using your postcode to find the closest ones in your area. So if we just scroll to the bottom now, they'll have added on at the bottom. Or they haven't today. Worked yesterday when I practiced, but that's typical, isn't it? So we've got that in there, and we've also got your marketing preferences. So you can update your marketing preferences to if you want to be sent emails, which is the My Council newsletter, which will go out monthly. Okay, so that's a brief overview of My Council. I know Kaylee's going to, when she goes into the Causeway Alloy, she'll show how some updates are coming back from Causeway on the statuses. And then I'll move over to the reporting server. So these are the Power BI dashboards that we've been creating on the reporting server. So as Corinne said, we have worked with our central ICT development team, and they have been able to write some reusable queries, which is absolutely amazing. So we can just take that query now, put in the label A's, and we're getting loads of good data back. So we've got things set up for forms, we've got for case management, we're working on contribute as well. So it's really, really useful. And being able to do this when we're going out to services who need new solutions, we can show them this and show them what they can possibly have, which is prompting a lot of things in their IDs as well. So this one is Magic and Minute AI feedback, which we've been piloting, and this is just a report that people, once they'd used the solution, they were submitting some feedback on what they thought of the tool. So we've got overall figures, and then we've broke it down into each different pilots. So we've got the Magic and we've got the Minute. So it's really, really useful for the analysis to see how that pilot's gone. Form data and literally anything that's in the form, as long as we're hitting that we want to record it, we're getting those out in here. Another one we've done just recently, so digital library assistance, again, is just a new form that's been set up. It's used within the libraries for anyone who's assisting. So we've got options on a form where they say where they're located and what they're assisting with. Again, really, really useful for people to go on and see where's busy, what are we busy with. So we can see printing and scanning is our main thing, and Billingham is the busiest of the libraries. We've got a Blue Badge report, so this is all based on case management. So we've got self-serve figures in here, so we can see straight away how many we've had in the month. So for July so far, it's going to work. Is anything updating for you? Because it's not for me. Is it? Is it? All right, sorry, it's just been a bit slow. So yes, so for July, we've had 23 automatic, 5 hidden and 17 so far. So really useful for reporting on the online services. We've also got a breakdown of all the application types we have for blue badges. So for the auto applications, which is what Corinne was saying about the PIP letters, we can see we've had 554 since April applying under PIP and 72 under DLA, sorry. So those sort of tools will massively impact the team on when they're having to check all those documents. Again, it's useful to see what's been done online, who in the team have been working on things. You can see the current statuses of what the cases are at, how many cases we've got open, and the closure reasons for the cases. So we've got a page for each type of application. We've also got an appeals process, which is just something we've recently added in. So we haven't got many in there, but again, a good overview of who's coming through for an appeal and what the outcomes are. And we've also got this OT assessment outcomes, which is tasks on the case management. So we work with OTs to assess the blue badges. So we'll create tasks for them. So we'll either create an OT assessment task, a check if known, or it might be evidence to attached or a form to be reviewed. And again, it shows how that's going back to 2022. So there's a lot of tasks in there, but the OTs do a lot of tasks on the blue badge cases. And then the final report I was just going to touch on is the Stockton Information Directory. So you'll see a bit of this when Evie does the websites. And Corinne touched on it about what the Stockton Information Directory is. So for getting the data from the reporting server for here, we've looked at multiple things. So we've got the articles, which is all the articles on the website which falls under Stockton Information Directory. We can see which ones are switched on and which ones are switched off and when they were last modified, which is really useful for the Stockton Information Directory team who keep track of all of those articles and update them. We've got the events in here as well. So this is looking at the events table and occurrences. So we can see what events are in the Stockton Information Directory, again, what's switched on and what's switched off. And then we've got the event occurrences. So we can see when the last occurrence is. So they'll look at this and then know that they need to put in new occurrences because the last one for that is the 10th of July. They'll book in another couple of months. They'll update that. And we've got the no occurrences as well, which we've just recently added in. So that's events that are live, but we haven't got any occurrences in them. So again, they'll either hide them or they'll go in and update. And we have contact us. So again, just case management for the Stockton Information Directory, but looking at what people are contacting us for, just using form data. And we've got the accounts, so all the accounts. So that's looking at the accounts table in the reporting server as well. So every account under the Stockton Information Directory. So we've also got a separate account as well as the My Council account for any of those on the Stockton Information Directory.